First recollections of Friday the 25th of February 1955 was when my father received a phone call from Bob Hill. Bob Hill was the manager of the Maitland bus company, lived in a brick residence attached to the bus depot opposite High Street railway station, and he asked would we come down and move his furniture for him. So Dad arranged for Cyril Lamb, who was the chiller foreman at the abattoirs, and a driver, Clarence Hunter Richmond. Strange name, but his parents named him after all the rivers on the east coast of Australia. So they headed off in the Albion Clydesdale Prime Mover, and I was 14 years of age at the time, so I jumped in the vehicle and went for the ride. We got down to Hill's place and we loaded all his furniture onto the vehicle, and then we headed off down Louth Park Road. Now, Clary had removed the fan belt off the Albion Prime Mover so it wouldn't spray water, and we put a PVC pipe up the exhaust pipe and tied it off behind the back of the cabin. And we went down past the back of Maitland railway station, and we were travelling along Louth Park Road, and we had about 12 inches of clearance, about 300 mils in today's measurements, of clearance between the air intake on the top of the motor and the rising water level. And there was a truck stalled in front that had got water into the motor and stopped, and there was a few other vehicles. So Clary and Cyril decided that it was too risky to try to go any further because we didn't know where the road went. It was covered with water, so we backed out and we went up to High Street, up over the high level bridge, up Church Street to High Street. We were going to go over the long bridge. And when we got up there near the Belmore Hotel, there was a massive water flowing between the back of the courthouse and Dr. Sullen's medical surgeries, and there was word that the bridge there could have been washed away. So we unloaded all Bob Hill's furniture into a real estate agent's office on the corner of St Andrews Street. We parked the truck near the Imperial Hotel and we went for a walk up to the Belmore Bridge to see the river levels. And we're standing at the handrail there at Sims Brothers, the car dealership, and the water was running level with the decking of the bridge and running through the steel structure. There was watermelons and pumpkins and sticks and rubbish all on the deck of the bridge, plus a couple of very large black snakes that didn't know where they were going to go. They were in total confusion. And then all of a sudden somebody yelled out, "Run, run, run!" And we looked up the river. When I looked up the river, there was a 6-foot wall of water on top of the existing river level, and it was coming down towards us, well and truly way above the top of the levee banks. The levee banks couldn't contain it, and the water was just pouring over the sides of the banks. So we took off like goodness knows what and run like hell down Belmore Road with the water close on our heels. We got to O'Brien's Corner, the grocery shop, and we stood there and watched this water rushing down Belmore Road. And all of a sudden a great gum tree came over the top of the handrail where we'd just been standing near Sims Brothers, straight down Belmore Road, straight in through the front window, glass window of the real estate agent, out through the side window, and to our horror took all Bob Hill's furniture with it. So the water then was starting to pour down the Imperial Hotel lane and the other shops that were there, and it was starting to, it was very quickly waist deep. So we hopped in the truck and drove down to Maitland railway station. And when we got there, at the Regent Street end of the bridge, the railway line, the people were clambering off the tracks there, who had walked the tracks from Maitland station. And in the middle of the rail line between the two sections, two people had climbed into the signal box at on the railway line, and the Navy helicopter came in and he had his cable down, and one of the people there grabbed the cable The second person grabbed hold of the bloke around the waist and the helicopter took off. As he swung around to heading towards Maitland High Level Bridge, the two people on the end of the cable were swinging out wide, and then all of a sudden the bloke on the top of the cable let go, and the pair of them fell straight over the top of the 33,000 volt power lines near the railway station, and poof, that was it. Puff a pale smoke and they were gone. And the next instant, down went the helicopter. It went down into the floodwaters. So it was quite a sight to see. There was no chance of anybody being rescued.